I'm freshly 28. I have no job, no savings, no partner. I live at home with my parents again. There are 5 cats that reside here, 2 of them being mine. Life isn't going the way that I thought it was going to. It's been stressful. I have no money to do things anymore, which is whatever. It is what it is. But I did just bake oatmeal craisin white chocolate cookies, and they're really good. And I think them coming out so pretty, yeah, they're a little bit brown, but I like them that way, is a sign that everything's going to be okay and that I can do hard things. And I'm resilient. That's really all I have to say.
All right, fam, let's do a spot check here. Firstly, she's close to the wall. Secondly, and I think all of this is like a two-way tie. She's got no job, no savings, no partner, i.e. no man to take care of her. She's got 2 cats, and she's living with her parents. But she made cookies, and that's a good sign that she could handle anything. She could do stressful things. So let me get this straight. So you believe that making cookies is just as hard as getting a job? Just as hard as paying your bills? Just as hard as adulting? Sweetheart, I'm sorry to break this to you, but I gotta say that you are failing at life. You are failing as an adult. You are failing as a functional member of society. Now, let it not be said that this gorilla just bashes and doesn't help out. Of course I'm going to help out. I'm going to advise this queen directly. Sweetheart, what you need to do is get on one of those dating apps and find yourself a man who's like 35 and up. Go on a date with him. Become the woman that he wants to take care of. And most importantly, make sure that man's fluids are drained on the daily. Because if you feel even at that, all I can say is become a rug muncher and find yourself the most butch, loaded dyke you can that would like both your kitty and your kitties. Because if not, you'll be completely out of options then. Before we move on, I want to say thank you, fam, to all of my subscribers for supporting this channel. I truly appreciate all of you who leave comments, who like my videos, and share them on other social media platforms. I truly gotta say thanks, fam. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. And for those of you who haven't subscribed yet, I thank you for tuning in, and I hope you decide to hit that subscribe button. Moving on!
If you want to make one of your single friends feel loved, make a plan. Make a surprise plan. Don't tell her about it and text her and say, hey, I really want to see you. Set a time and date. And make the whole entire plan. And go pick her up. Because here's the thing. As a single woman, you literally have to do everything yourself all of the time. And that includes driving. I would love to be a passenger princess more in my life than I get to be. But because I'm currently not dating anyone and I'm pretty independent, I'm always the one driving. All the time. Do you know what I would give to not have to worry about, like, all the logistics things of a plan? The reservations, the where, the who, the what, the parking. Like, I would love for someone to take care of that for me. Your single friend carries her entire mental load all the time. The entire time. And I understand that you probably carry a big mental load too, but you have someone who you can process life with. She does not. Make a plan for her.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Hold up a second, Queen. You said that you're completely independent, but you're tired of doing everything by yourself, and you would love someone to do things for you? Sorry there, sister, but you can't have your cake and eat it too. You're either strong and independent, or you're going to be dependent on somebody to do things for you. This isn't a salad bar. You can't pick and choose what you want and leave the rest. It's a package deal like single moms say all the whole time. Independence comes with adulting, i.e., you got to wipe your own butt, make your own breakfast, pick yourself up, get your own job, and pay your own damn bills. It's the ultimate freedom. If you have boss babed it up until this point, what's the problem? Continue it. Plan out your own stuff. In fact, you know what would be awesome? When you go on a date with a guy and you plan stuff out for him, you do the plans and you do the fair things. You pay for half the date. How about you drive halfway? Why does any of this sound kind of alien? Or why is it that when men give these young queens like this one the equality that the women before them fought for, they complain about it? They don't want to plan things out. They want to be a passenger princess. Sorry, sweetheart, but in this country, we don't believe in royalty. You got this, girl. In fact, why don't you be a good friend and you plan things out for your friend? And after you've done that, then you could ask her to do it back for you. And if she doesn't do it, oh, I guess you intimidated her. She's insecure. Moving on.
Guys and girls are so different because a guy will not date a girl, like will not be in a relationship even if the girl's perfect because he's not ready to be in a relationship. And if a girl likes a guy, she will flip her entire world upside down to be with a guy. And a lot of the time I feel like guys don't end up with their dream girl because when they're ready to get married and they're ready to settle down, like they're gonna pick the girl that's in front of their face. And it's just such a different way of thinking than us. And it's unfortunate, but there's also a silver lining to it, I feel like, because if a guy like rejects you or if you're feeling upset about, like, I don't know, not ending up with a guy you wanted to, it doesn't necessarily mean that you suck and that he hated you, but it probably means he just wasn't ready for a relationship. So I guess there's good and bad, but I do tend to remind my boyfriend, like, do you like me for real? Or like, did you just want a girlfriend? You know, like, why don't you think about that a little bit, like, before you decide to marry me? Because, like, I just want to know the truth. Like, do you actually love me for me? But obviously, I'm just kidding. Like, I know he loves me, but it is just interesting to know that guys and girls differ in that way. And I would flip my world upside down to be with the guy that I like. And guys just wouldn't do the same. They're gonna be like, I'm sorry, I'm not ready to date. I'm not ready for a relationship. Like, you're great, but, like, I'm just not ready.
Erroneous! Erroneous on both counts.
Oh, Lord. Damn, Queen, like, the shaming language just never ends with these fantastic females. All right, so you are crap testing your boyfriend to make sure that he wants to be with you, even though you know he loves you, but you gotta crap test him anyway? Hey, you know what? That's not original mentality there, Colleen. That's practically, at this point, biologically hardwired into women to do. Crap testing, it's like out of the first chapter of the female playbook. Anyway, she says that, oh yeah, if a guy doesn't end up with his dream girl, it's because he's not ready for a relationship and he picks the first girl that's in front of him. Wow, Colleen, that's an awesome way to take the responsibility off of women. So let me guess, this perfect girl's just standing there, right? And she's waiting for the guy to come up to her and pick her, but because he doesn't, it's his fault. So it has nothing to do with her always choosing the Chad/Tyrones, the top 20% of guys, ignoring most average guys. And then when the top guys have all these women to choose from, then they decide not to commit to none of them because they just keep getting all this play. That means that every man who didn't get their dream girl, it's their fault. Obviously, women are innocent. According to her logic, women just don't have a choice in this whole thing. It's men who choose wrong the whole time. Sure there, Queen. I'll buy that for $1. How about this crazy idea of, oh, I don't know, if you want to be married with a guy who actually likes you, what is it that your great-grandmother used to do? Oh, that's right. She wasn't jumping on social media and looking for a guy who was like 3 states away flying her out. She'd go over there, have the yacht party experience, and then rack up her body count, at least 2 dudes. No, your grandma's like, hey, you know what's more important than all that? Actually being married, being with a man I respect, and us building a life together. So with this 10-cent psychological babble that a lot of these women like to spew on social media, why is it that even with all this information, your grandmother's lived a happier life than you did? Yeah, simmer on that for a while there, princess. Moving on!
Is it just me, or is anybody else, like, freaking out currently? Like, I'm 27 years old, and I'm a firm believer of trusting God's timing. But it's like, Lord, I want to have kids soon. I want to be married. But it's like stuff doesn't happen overnight. And then I get to thinking in times of timelines, which they say don't go by timelines. But it's like before I have kids, I have to get to know this person. And I want to be married before I have kids. So it's like you have to truly get to know this person. And then you get married, and then you have kids. So it's like my goal was to have kids and be married by 30. But the way this timeline's looking, unless God sends me my soulmate this year, baby, I'm going to probably be about 35, maybe pushing 40 before I have kids and get married. And it's like, in this generation, dating is very ghetto. Nobody really dates with intention anymore. And when you are very intentional, it makes it even more difficult to date because we live in such a shallow world. And granted, there are some great, amazing people out here. And I just ask that the Lord brings them right to me because Titi is tired. I tell you, I'm tired.
How about new?
Oh, poor Colleen. She's tired. Oh, poor you. Hey, sit down here. Put your feet up. Feel a little bit more comfortable while I lay the smack down of truth on you. Okay, why are guys not wanting to get married? Oh, let me see. Let's look at the reality. He's got to, number one, give up his freedom. And with social media and dating apps, the top tier guys, who are the guys that you want to be doing all this settling down, they don't have to. They're getting played left and right. I mean, they got a roster already. All right, let's start off with that. And he gives that up. He's thinking, okay, great. I'm giving that up for what? Oh, I'm getting married with this woman. And bedroom funds is great for the first X amount of years, but then it starts to die down. And if I go back to getting a roster, she could leave me, take me to the wonders of family divorce court. That circus is just awesome. And take half my stuff. Not just that, take my kids. And that's if she decides to go normal. She can go total head case mode and start accusing me of a whole bunch of stuff, which the system is going to believe her immediately. Then I immediately get kicked out of my house. I lose custody of my kids. I won't see them for a couple of years because the way the system works in family courts, a man is guilty until proven innocent, and that's only if the woman that he gave everything up for decides not to leave him while the kids are small. I mean, once they grow up, then she could decide to divorce him and get a bigger divorce payout. Oh yeah, did I forget to mention that the guy won't be able to save as much money as he's saving now? So please, Queens, remind us exactly why the guy isn't rushing to put a ring on it. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a whole ocean of blue pill beta simps out there that are willing to wife up a woman who's on the cusp of smacking the wall, i.e. what you are right now. But something tells this gorilla those are not the guys that you want. Honestly, it's a total mystery. Moving on.
When an older man wants to settle down with you, assume he is looking to secure his caregiver. Yeah, that's why you see men 45 plus looking for love. And, they realize, I just can't keep being terrible to women. I just have to, at some point, have to start being decent to women if I want to have someone white that's not a certified nurse, right? So when an older man is preying on you, just know he sees his future, and his future that he sees, that he imagined, involves you bathing him and changing his diaper. And grinding up his food because, all those lies he told out of his mouth rotted all his teeth, and they had to take them out, and it's giving all gums and so on and so forth. So be careful. Make sure you are getting compensated for your work. Would you go apply to work at an older person's home for free? You wouldn't, right? You wouldn't. So make sure he pays up. Cash. We need it right now, today. Call it what you want, but nobody's wiping us for free. Okay?
All right, we got another queen here who's trying to get rid of our competition. So let me guess, sweetheart, you were with an older man and he bumped you to the curb to go with a younger woman? Hey, there's no shame in saying it. And you're saying here that, old men only want you around because they want a free nurse when they get older to wipe their butts. Okay, hold up a second. So let me get this straight. You're saying be with an older man and he's got to pay cash. Okay, so if you're with him for a bunch of years and he, maintained your lifestyle, paid all the bills, made sure you didn't have to spend anything, I think he already paid it forward there. And he took care of you when he was strong and able to provide. So now that he's not strong anymore, you even don't want to pay that back. You don't want to take care of him. Let me clue you in on something here, sweetheart. This is what's going to happen. If you're with a guy for, let's say he's 15, 20 years older than you, he gets sick and you decide, well, I'm out of here. I'm not going to take care of an old guy because even though he took care of me for all these years, I can do better. Well, hey, you know what? Go out there and do better. You're going to find two things. Now, the first thing is that, guess what? You didn't stay in your 20s like you believed you would. Yeah, the guy's in his 60s and you're, 45? Sure. Go out there. Go back in the dating market. Go find yourself a 45-year-old man who is in his financial prime. See if you could pull that same kind of guy again. You're going to end up doing what? Failing miserably. Don't take this girl's word for it. I mean, go on TikTok where the sisterhood is at. You'll see all your 45-year-old peers complaining how dating sucks because the men they want, which is a 45-year-old man who has his stuff together, can get a younger woman, i.e. he could do what the guy you were with could do. All you could do at that age is get a guy who's in his late 50s to early 60s who's well off. Let me just say, Queen, if you're a failure at life, don't blame the guy. You can only blame one person. That fantastic know-it-all Colleen who's in the mirror. But unfortunately for you, these mirrors don't have filters. And there's not enough makeup to hide all the wrinkles. And not enough hair dye to cover up those gray roots. Oh, well, at least you have a fresh taco. Oh, dang. It's aged out to roast beef. All of a sudden, wiping the old guy that you've been with for years and who's probably loaded and would keep you in his will doesn't seem so bad now, does it?
Hey, buddy, let me clue you in.
I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund, or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.